Good morning. Hey guys, what is going on out there today? It is Brent Abel here at webtennis.com. Get that little glare out of the glasses there, the computer. Hope you're having a great day so far, wherever you are. Here it is, around 7:14 in the morning, Pacific time. West Coast, Rancho Mirage, California, the California desert. Another gorgeous day on tap here for us today. And look, a quick announcement of what we've got coming up here in about 45 minutes. I've got the great Jeff Jacklich who's going to join us, and we're going to talk about how to take advantage of the second serve, right? When you're returning serve, and really we're going to talk about mindset, and we're going to talk about managing your toolbox. What do you actually have inside your toolbox right now that you could bring to bear against that server when they miss their first serve? Could be singles, could be doubles, but Jeff and I are gonna coach you through that. And I would say one of the things that Jeff has known out there, a couple things as a competitive player. Number one, Mr. Smooth. I mean, just the strokes are ooey gooey, beautiful. But the other thing is how he really punishes his opponents when they have to throw in a second serve. And for him, as I said before, a lot of it's about mindset. But the other thing, too, is he understands what he can and can't do. And so we're going to talk about that at 8 o'clock Pacific this morning, 11 o'clock Eastern, and hope you will join us at that time. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, be looking for us when we go live. And I think that you'll really enjoy the coaching session. We'll spend about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more. As we know, Jeff, he likes to kind of yak a bit. So, hey, look, guys, what I want to talk to you about today, something real short, is when you go out to drill, right? And let's say it could be the ball machine, or it could be you've got a practice partner over there. And let's say you guys are hitting some cross court, you guys are hitting down the line, whatever it is. But let's take, for example, ground strokes, forehand and backhand ground strokes. And the mistake I used to make was I would, for example, I get on the ball machine and I would set a target up over there, let's say cross court forehand, and I would get the target so close to the baseline, so close to the sideline, that it was just completely unrealistic once I got into a real match. And so the mindset for me there was, well, I want to create this cross court forehand. Then in the back of my mind, I was thinking, this thing will end up being, will probably end up being a winner. It's going to be unreturnable. So really what I was practicing, how do I hit clean winners over and over and over again? And the reality of matches is we just aren't that good. No one's that good. I was talking to the great Fred Robinson years ago, and he did a little study on Roger Federer's, I think it was the same thing, a cross-court forehand. And he looked at some matches and started charting this thing. And on average, Fed's forehand was landing when he went cross court right in the middle of that cross court quadrant, right? It wasn't, a few inches from the baseline. It wasn't a few inches from the sideline. Most of them on average, I'm not saying every one of them, but most of them on average were landing inside the middle, right in the center of that quadrant. So I think that sometimes when we practice, and I do this too often when I'm out there cross court hitting again, I'm using the cross court forehand, for example, but when I'm drilling cross court, I've got to get out of my mind that what I'm trying to perfect is that when I go to a match that I've grooved this shot that's now going to be a winner, an outright winner, clean winner most of the time, as opposed to, hey, look, I need to work on my spacing. I need to make sure that I've got the right spatial distance away from the path of that incoming ball on a consistent basis. I got to make sure that my racket prep, that I'm getting my shoulders turned, consistently the way I want in my setup position. I got to make sure that my grip tension is not tight, right? It's not super flippy floppy, but it's relaxed so that I get some natural racket head spin. I need to make sure that I'm consistent with my swing path, right? When I'm going cross court, being right-handed, that it's not too much right to left across the back of the ball, right? That it's actually out towards that cross court direction. And I need to make sure the point of contact is, that I allow the ball to get to what for me, yours might be different, but for me is my ideal point of contact. And I need to work on the consistency of all those things as opposed to thinking, well, gosh, let's see how hard I can hit the ball cross court. Let's see how close to the line I can make it. Because as well as I do, once you get in the match, you don't have that luxury being able to flirt with the lines that closely, because if you're a hair late or a hair early or whatever, the ball's sailing deep or it's going wide. So for me, I'm always looking to go cross court. And again, I learned this thing from Fred Robinson as well, which is I'm looking to go cross court. And if I can consistently wear out that spot right in the middle of that cross court quadrant and be consistent with it and all those other things, all those other technical things, and then start thinking, then stop thinking about technique and just try to recreate the feeling of what's that spacing. Try to create the feeling of what's that grip pressure, that grip tension. Try to recreate the feelings of it rather than having to manufacture it, and stop thinking about the point of drilling is to see if I can develop and potentially an outright winner in a match. So every time I get a ball to my right in my forehand, I'm going, well, I've drilled how to hit a winner, 2 days ago. So that's what I'm going to do. And you're going to be horribly disappointed if that's your mindset in practice. So that's it. That's it. What I would encourage you to do in the ball machine is, number one, is not to stand in one place and let the ball machine just feed you the balls to the same spot. You've got to get some footwork, because that's the reality of tennis, right? It's not like we're a baseball hitter or a golfer where we're just standing there with golf ball sitting there. Baseball hitter, we're waiting for the pitch to come in. Tennis adds that other dynamic, and we got to move. So make sure that if you're on the ball machine, that you're not just standing in one place. You're actually hitting a shot, maybe recovering back to the middle, and then having to move over and create that spatial distance away from the path of the ball that you need, right? And the same thing when you're drilling cross court. Just don't stand in the cross court corner over there waiting for the next ball. Hit your shot where you want, sidestep back towards the middle, not all the way, but so that when the next ball comes over, that you've got to perform some footwork to create that spatial distance away from the path of that incoming ball. Guys, that's it. Shift your mindset in your drill sessions. Get away from thinking that you're trying to crush balls to try to, ultimately hit winners, but that you're trying to learn how to be consistent. You're trying to learn the feeling of what's that nice, relaxed swing, grip tension, grip pressure, swing speed, the quality spin that you're looking for. And let's see how efficient you can make it so that it becomes repeatable. The more technique you bring to the party, the less efficient you are, and chances go up that you're not going to be a consistent shot maker. Guys, hope that has helped today. Join me if you can in the next, I got 7:22 out here right now in California. Join me at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern this morning with the great Jeff Jacklich. And Jeff's going to coach us all up on how to punish that returner, singles and or doubles, when they miss the first serve. And I'm looking forward to it, and hope you are as well. Guys, in the meantime, as always, get out there today and help someone else have a spectacular day. Hopefully we'll see you around about 8 o'clock this morning.